my dear crewmates. You really made that station hum. Thanks for doing this for me.
Nice to see you. Let's talk. For the museum, we need a mechanical crane to lift things. We haven't had the need for one in Portia before, but I'm pretty sure we'll need one if we're to implement Gust's design for the museum. I'm thinking of giving this job to you. Do you think you're up for it? Alright, and don't worry about the rest. I've got some material commissions waiting for them. It's only Higgins that complains all the time anyway. I don't have a diagram for this crane, so you'll need to talk to someone at the research center about it. Sorry.
mechanical crane for Albert? Sure, I can get a diagram ready for that. I'll need 6 data disks to speed up the research. I've seen some in Atara and Vega 5, so I have a general idea on what to expect. It will be very similar to the Bassanio lift. Great work. That will really help with my Hello? Despite the rarity of a living AI, there's not...
Hey there, builder welder! Have you visited our Portia Times off? That's because we're underfunded. HQ is completely ignoring us, as they don't even think it's worth having a newspaper in Portia. Because nothing ever happens there. But I'm gonna change that. I have a plan to make Portia Times one of the best in the Free Cities. And you're going to help me do it.
Me?
Yeah, the other builders around here all found different excuses to avoid helping me. Because they know we can't offer money. Higgins even straight up said, "Get a budget first." That jerk! So, you're my only hope.
Hey guys, I just realized that my microphone has been off so far. Hopefully you're enjoying some of my time at Portia. We are doing some quests right now, and we're gonna have a great time.
Ever since I've been here, Irwa and I have been hand copying all of our articles. If you can make me some...
One thing that I find frustrating about this game is the lightness of the text. When it's over a light background, you can't read it. Like, I can't even read it. I imagine it's not great for the stream either.
And see if they have something in mind.
I might have to adjust my monitor settings to try and, like, clean that up. How's it going, Ponelander? Thanks for hanging out. Alright, so we started off the day, we had a few quests to do. We needed to place the flowers for Ack. That was about to expire. Since we didn't want to miss out on it, we went ahead and took care of it real quick. Then we went down to A and G and got the quest to build the printing press. Or sorry, the crane. And now we need to get the diagram for the printing press for the newspaper. So we've got 2 major construction projects coming up. We're definitely gonna need some more data disks for this. That's cool. Did you get anything good?
May needs a helping hand copying her articles. Sounds like that should be enough.
All right. For all its flaws, I feel like some of the best ones actually came out of Warlords in terms of appearances. I particularly like the dragonfly wings out of Blackrock Foundry for druids. Oh, very cool. All right. In 2000 to upgrade your relic scanner. Scan 3 relics at a time, and the shape of the relics will also be displayed. That is amazing, because that means we can get the specific items we're looking for. We no longer need to sort of hope that we're finding the right items. So that is awesome for us. All right, so let's explore a little deeper. See if we can't find an iron vein to start in. Oh, some blue will work. Why not? Manganese. All right. So relic scanner, and it appears to be a circular item of some kind. Let's see what happens when we get there. Soldier with scepter piece. All right. That wasn't very helpful. Let's try there.
Okay, so that's a crate. That's good. That's really what we're actually going for. Another crate. Alright, so we got a few of them. So the crates contain old parts. They contain data disks. They contain power cores. And since we are in particular looking for data disks so we can keep researching stuff, it's helpful for us to be able to do that. Now, the other thing about this was that it greatly expanded the range of our scanner, so we can pick these up from a lot farther away. Oh wow, this upgraded scanner is a game changer. It makes life so much easier. Alright, over there. That's a crate. Got one closer. It's a shower head of some kind. Crate. Alright, I'll go for this crate over here. Because there's a valve right next to it, and valves are not particularly rare, but they are valuable, and we've used a lot of them recently, so that'll be nice to build up our stockpiles a bit. Alright, what else do we have over here? So there's a bucket. I don't think we need a bucket. Some small silicon chips. Really what we're going for either. None of these are particularly helpful, but this one is close, so we'll just grab it real quick. Soldier with blade piece. Let's get out of here and try a different area of these ruins. There's a crate. It is a shame that they're so far away, though. That makes it tough. That's the problem, I think. The big problem I'm seeing with the increased range is that a lot of these items are so far away that it's not helpful digging that far. You know, it just takes so much time and energy to get to them. But it's not quite as useful as we were looking for before. So let's head on down, see what we can see. More data disk, that's good. Let's head on back out the way we came in, see if there's anything that pops up over near the entrance. Now, we've already dug out a lot of the entrance, so don't necessarily expect to find a ton over here, but maybe some. So there's a clock, I think. There's a crate. Okay, so a couple more boxes here. I'm not sure what those are, all of them, but we'll dig down and see. And I think after this batch of objects, we'll move on. Our last trip fishing was super profitable, so I'm a little curious to see if we head back over there with some of the changes we've made, if we can match that success. And so that is something I'd like to try. Simple circuits and an engine. Alright, not bad. Before we actually leave, let's double check that we have enough data disks. We have 14, so we needed 10. So that's a solid solid trip into the mines there. So let's head on down to the workshop, double check that all of our crafts are going strong. We didn't actually start those at the beginning of the day like we usually did, because we were in a hurry to get to the flower quest before it expired. So it's possible that some of our furnaces, for example, may have finished their tasks. Looks like it's still going strong. Keep that going. all of these have plenty of work left to do. That should finish around morning time, but those are all solid. Let's head on over here. Look. So our saws are currently sitting still, as is our most of our equipment sitting still, but the materials are all going strong, and that's what we care about most. So we have a bit of time left. Let's head over and see what we can do fishing. So we'll head over to the lift and jump down to the waterfall, which is the best pool in the game for fishing, and we'll see what we can come up with. Now, in a few hours of fishing, we came up with 3 kingfish, which is just an incredible amount of money, and then several of the Goliath fish, which are quite valuable as well. Between them, in about, I think, 5 hours of fishing, we made about 20,000 gold. So we'll see what happens here. Now, to do this, we're only reeling in if the fish is a Goliath or a kingfish, rather than spending any time on junk items or golden salmon, which are worth much less. Now that we have the fish finder ability, so that's a golden salmon, and my reflexes kicked in there, so I clicked it. But we want to wait and just ignore golden salmon and only go for kingfish or Goliath fish. Don't need lead pipes. There's a Goliath. Still don't need lead pipes. So we're seeing lots of golden salmon pop up. We're kind of running at a loss by just letting these expire. That was an Emperor golden salmon, so it's worth twice as much as a regular one. But by waiting just a few seconds, we missed out on a 30 gold golden salmon, another 30 gold one, a 60 gold Emperor salmon, and then we went ahead and are fishing for the Goliath 350 gold fish, which I think is the correct move financially in that regard. What I am curious about, and this is something I may test later, is how can you do if you sit here and only reel in kingfish? Kingfish are meant to be very rare. So if we simply ignore even the Goliath fish and just reel in the kingfish, will we see enough of them in a day that it's worth it? Because the Goliaths are pretty good money if that's all we're catching. But kingfish are much, much more. It just takes some luck to see them, whereas the Goliaths are pretty common in this particular location. In fact, it's the only location in the game you can see them. Golden salmon, don't need that. Still golden salmon, don't need that. Still don't need golden salmon. Crap. Crap. Come on. Let's get a kingfish. Alright, Goliath works. We'll take it. They're nice, and they pause the game once you start fishing, so you can always finish your cast. This is an Emperor Golden Salmon, or Emperor Goliath, rather. Worth twice as much, so that's nice. Let's see what we can bring in here. There we go, and that will end the day for us. So, a solid 3,000 or 4,000 gold there. for the last couple hours of the day. Definitely a worthwhile way to spend time. Now we should be getting a couple of diagrams for the research we started yesterday here. Let's check that out. Looks like we have another quest in town we can start on as well. Alright, Commerce Guild, so some help, appreciation for what we did yesterday. Inspection. Announcement tonight. Research Center. Printing press diagram, we've got that. And construction crane. Alright. And our bags are full, so let's go ahead and unload some of our stuff. And pick up the rest of our loot from the tree farm. And head on over and see what these new construction diagrams will take. So we can get started on those. Alright, the crane. 4 pulleys. That's going to be, I think, carbon steel and lubricants, which we have plenty of carbon steel and lubricant. Plenty of steel cable, plenty of ironwood, which we'll have to make into ironwood planks. That's not too bad. 3 bearings. Those we'll have to craft at the grinder. Steel frames come from the work table, but require welding rods and carbon steel bars. So again, we've got that. We'll have to make the welding rods. We'll have to make the steel plates. So we need 2 steel plates from the cutter and 4 ironwood planks. And then from the grinder, we need 4 pulleys and 3 bearings. That's not too bad at all. Now for the printing press, we need an industrial engine, easy enough. Grinding stones are also pretty easy to craft. The manganese steel bar we have plenty of, and the pulleys. So we're going to need to make some more pulleys. Let's go ahead and get started on the printing press first. I think we can finish that one in just a few hours since we only need 1 more pulley. The rest we can just whip up straight away. And then we'll get the furnaces starting on the welding rod and the cutters starting on the steel plates and ironwood planks. We'll let the pulleys finish out on the grinder. We only have 1 grinder, so that may be something after this we really invest in a second one now that we have a need for it. I don't think we'll be able to build a second grinder in time for it to really help here. But actually, let's see. Maybe we can. Let's see what that takes. Let's go back and check out a grinder. Grinder is old parts, easy enough. Copper bars, we've got that. And grinding stones. So we can actually do that. Let's go get a second grinder going real quick. So we're going to need some grinding stones. I happen to know we're going to need 5 of those. So just whip all of those up right now. And then come on in here and we'll build our grinder. The grinder takes some grinding stones, some old parts, grinding stones, there we go, old parts, and some copper bars, which we can get from our furnace over here. So we have set up our next grinder. So we have 2 grinders now, that'll help. Let's place this grinder. We'll put it right over here next to our other grinder. And this one will get started on a couple of bearings. And we'll get this guy started on some pulleys. Alright, so then the next thing was some steel plates. We can get started on a couple of steel plates. And then some ironwood planks, which also are going to have to come out of our industrial saw. So we'll have to come back to those. We can go ahead and cancel these carbon steel bars. We'll come back to those. But we need to get some of these welding rods going. I think we needed 3 more welding rods if I remember right. Let's go back and take a look. So we were going to do the printing press first. The crane was actually here. So we need 3 welding rods to make 3 steel frames. So do we actually need 9 welding rods, or do we just need 1 welding rod to make the steel frame? Steel frame is made with a single welding rod. Okay, so 3 steel frames plus 15 carbon steel bars. So we've got the welding rods going, we've got the manganese steel bars, we've got the carbon steel bars. Here we can go ahead and turn these into bronze since we're running low on bronze right now. Got that furnace going. All right, I think we're good here. We can move on. Oh my goodness, it's mint.
How do I fall asleep standing up? I don't know. See you.
I didn't think mint came to Portia until the 2nd year, but here he is. What do you know? Like Django has a quest for us.
Got a problem
Electric box outside seems to have gone kaput. Let's take a look at the electric box outside their game room. Okay. So we don't have the materials to fix it. Old parts, small silicon chip. Okay. Easy enough. So I think the small silicon chip is back at the workshop. We'll pick that up here real soon and then come back into town to take care of that. Let's do our Sunday inspection for the Commerce Guild, and then we can move on from there. Strange mirror. Fortunately, this is an easy one. We clearly have mistakes at both ends of it. Let's try the next one. Also another easy one. This one we can even see one of those before we start. The second one, I've had a lot of trouble with these chairs in the past because they're super awkward shapes. So we're looking for something that is out of shape or out of place. There we go, right there on the other arm. Grinding stones are usually pretty straightforward because they are fairly simple objects and fairly symmetrical, which means that any misshapes really sort of stand out very easily. And because they're pretty flat colors most of the time, it's usually pretty easy to find them. Of course, now that I've said that, I'm having a hard time with it, but there it is. So it looks like this this part is pushed in a bit and is covering up part of that rod. There we go. Easy enough. Let's check out the workshop rankings, see how we're doing compared to our good friend Higgins. So he's still about 1,400 ahead of us. We are catching up quick. Hopefully we'll surpass him this month. The workshop ranking really only matters at the end of the month. It matters a bit in between because it determines what rank quests you can take each day, but the big prize comes at the end of each month based on your rank. So today's a poor market value day. We don't want to sell too much, but we've got a ton of stuff we need to unload. Let's go ahead and drop off our hat and our old clothes that we aren't going to be wearing anymore. And then let's see, we've got 3 of these golden salmon kings, so many Goliath fish, but we'll hold off on selling those for now. We can sell these aroma apples, and let's go ahead and sell honey as well. Just clear out our bags a bit so that we have a little bit more space to work with. And we need to go get a small silicon chip for the box there. And, oops, there we go. So how do we... There we go. We want 1. Cool. Alright, let's repair that box for Django real quick. Nice and easy.
Tis the season to be jolly. Ho ho ho. Thank you for fixing the electric box.
Hey, there we go. So it looks like Django is our associate now. That means he's our friend. Alright, so let's see what that actually gives us. So building up your relationship with the different people in town gives you different advantages. We don't get anything for being Django's associate, but I think once we get the second one, his buddy, then we'll be able to save 10% there. Looks like Gale is our other one that we're getting close to a good relationship with. Also requires at least a 2nd star though, so we'll come back to that a little later. Just keep talking to them every day whenever we see them and give them gifts if we have something they like, and eventually we'll be their best friends. Alright, so we've got our welding rods. We'll go ahead and get this started back on the rest of those carbon steel bars that we'd sort of interrupted there. We can come on over here and make our steel frames then. So we are going to build, I think our next one was going to be the, well, it helps if we had power Cool. Well, that'll slow us down a little bit. That's alright. Looks like our crops are still doing alright. Let's see what else we've got. Let's head on over to the farm shop, see if they have anything interesting for us. Oh, looks like there's a quest. Let's see what that's all about. Quest from Sophie. Martha's delivery. Waiting on an order from Martha, but it's getting a little late. Could see what's happened. We will absolutely do that for you, Sophie. And we're also going to give you a chili pepper. So we'd grown a bunch of chili peppers, hoping that they would be valuable. It turns out they're not, and that farming in this game is really a very lackluster thing to do in terms of earning money. But the result, and the good news, is we have lots of chili peppers, and so we can do things like give them to Sonia. Who's only a little passive-aggressive when discussing how much she likes the chili peppers. Alright, let's go talk to Martha and see what the holdup for Sophie's order.
I totally forgot. I've just been so busy lately. If I give you the recipe, could you make some and deliver
Make fruit tarts and give them to her.
Thank you so much. It's
Alright, egg, milk, and fruit. Cool. So we need 8 eggs, 8 milk, and 8 fruits. I wonder if the snake berries that we've been picking up will work. Let's find out. Are they classified as fruit? Don't appear to be. So where can we get 8 fruit? Well, let's get the eggs and milk, at least. That should be an easy enough thing. We buy those from Sophie. And we'll see if she's also selling any fruit. And if not, then maybe we can head up to the tree farm and kick some apple trees or something along those lines. Alright. Looks like some potato fruit, some pumpkin. Alright, so we needed 8 milk, 8 eggs, and then 8 fruit. So the layered carrot, I'm pretty sure, is not a fruit. Not sure if the potato fruit is a fruit or not. We'll try it. So now the other thing is that we need to make a cooking set in order to complete this, because otherwise we cannot cook. At some point, Ack will be allowed to cook for us, but I think we need to be more friends with him, and I think he needs to be released from prison before we can do that. Because otherwise he is not really useful to us. So, let's see what we can do. Alright, we got a couple of our pulleys done, so I think we can make the printing press. Let's get that taken care of. Alright, so the printing press will take some grinding stones. It will take a couple of pulleys. Let's see, what else is it going to require from us? Manganese steel bar and an industrial engine. Manganese steel bar we picked up this morning, but I think we have most of them in storage, and since we auto-stored everything, we'll have to get them out. And then 1 industrial engine as well. So industrial engine and manganese steel bar. Alright, so let's build printing press. And we'll run on over and deliver that to the newspaper soon. Let's see what we can do about a cooking set so that we can complete this tart quest. I believe I'd researched the cooking set, so we need stone bricks, iron pan, marble planks. I believe we have all of those, or can make the iron pans. An iron pan. And then we can get out the stone bricks and marble planks. Just to check that we don't actually have them. So we do have the stone bricks already. I'm not seeing the marble planks though. So we'll find those. Drop off our engines, probably don't need those. There are marble planks. Now, items in storage can be used for crafting from a workstation, but not for crafting here on the works construction yard thing, assembly station. That thing. Alright, so now we're going to be building our crane next. Alright, so let's see how cooking with the potato fruit goes. See if that's actually the item we needed here. Alright, so to cook, we go to the cooking set. We add our ingredients one at a time. And wouldn't you know, May just happens to be running past as we do this, which is cool. Because that means we can deliver our printing press, and she can carry it back to the newspaper by herself. Alright. That was wasted food. So apparently, potato fruit does not count as a fruit. So let's try... Let's try it with a snakeberry, an egg, and a milk. Hey, that one worked. So the snakeberry is a fruit. That's awesome. Gather up the rest of the snakeberries we need. We will need one more egg, but fortunately I think we happen to have some more. So we can do that. Unfortunately, cooking in this way is a little tedious, and it's going to take forever to do this 8 times. And there's no way, as best I can tell, to automate it. That finishes up. Let's go check on our grinders. Still need another hour there, 4 more hours on that one. So we can't really do a whole lot more with our crane just yet. This wasted food. Go ahead and eat that, and then we'll start building up what we can do. Apparently the wasted food stuns us as well. Fruit charts out on the bar so we know how many we have. It's 4, we need 8. Okay, so we can actually speed that along. Once we've added all the ingredients, we can simply say cook. So that helps. That makes it a lot easier, actually. A lot more pleasant. Alright, so we have 8 fruit charts. Did we put away our steel frames? Why would we do that? That's a silly thing of us to do. Don't think we need these potato fruits anymore, so we'll just store those. Let's go ahead and plug in our steel frame. What else do we need? Pulleys, working on steel cables we have, we can get out. Ironwood planks we need to make, so let's get started on the ironwood planks. Go ahead and make 10. So those will be ready in the morning. And let's head on up to our fireside so we can see what the news is. Maybe it's about Mint getting back into Portia.
our city of Portia have agreed to build a desert between our cities. This will cut travel time by more than
That's wonderful.
Why Sandrock? There's nothing there but hot sand.
Now this is a good business opportunity.
Where did you get the money to fund this?
Good question, my dear. The governments of both cities will fund this road together. During my time in office, we built up sufficient reserves, so the funding isn't a problem. This is a part of a grand plan that I've been building over the past year to make Portia a center for commerce and travel in the free cities. Allow me to introduce Mint. He's an engineer from Vega 5.
Hello.
He'll be spearheading the building of the road. The builders in Portia and Sandrock will help bring this to fruition. We'll have a meeting tomorrow to discuss how we're going to go about it. In other news, Gus has submitted a proposal for a hot air park around the duck pond. Folks have been requesting this for a long time, and it's finally on the
All right, hot air park around the duck pond.
tonight, folks. Come up and get your pies.
How do I fall asleep standing up? I don't know.
All right.
Here you go. Enjoy.
Hey, we got our pie.
I heard from Papa that you solved the polluted water issue. It's
Do you remember the bandy rat, Prince?
a talking rat king. Have you been to the collapsed wasteland yet? I heard there's danger.
The ruins are indeed very dangerous.
Wow. So it's full of dangerous toxins?
Sure thing.
Hey, what was that like? Bye.
Ginger is about the most easy person to impress in this game.
Goodbye.
Because no matter what we do, like as long as we're completing story quests, Ginger wants to hear all about it. And so that's good news for us. Let's head back to our workshop. I think we're actually good at the workshop. I think everything we need to do is already going. So let's head on out to the Amber Island Bridge, and let's do a little bit of fishing there. Now we need some fish for a recipe for one of the brothers up at the tree farm. So we'll go ahead and catch that fish, but then I want to see what happens if we wait and try and only catch kingfish, if we are able to get any in our limited time here. And the fish from this particular pool are about the easiest in the game to catch, so hopefully we'll have good luck. So we'll get a couple of fish for the fish porridge recipe that we need to make, now that we have a cooking set. Some catfish there, nice and easy. Get a couple of them. Catfish also make good gifts. They're liked by a lot of the different people in the town. Alright, so now we're just going to wait and see if we can't find a kingfish coming out of here. Just regular frogfish. Regular catfish. I think we'll also catch one of each emperor fish, so if we happen to see an emperor fish pop up, and that's something I happen to know will be useful a little later on, where you get a quest to catch every single emperor fish in the game. So we'll see if we can't start building up for that now. But I am curious to see if, by waiting for kingfish, we see enough of them over the course of the day to be worth fishing. Like this one. The kingfish are worth 5,000 gold. So even fishing from this pond, from sun up to sundown, and like perfectly catching every fish as quick as it comes up, you get about 10,000 gold worth of fish. You know, you don't get very much. From the other pool, we're able to get that in just a few hours, just by fishing. Although it's obviously, this is the much easier pool to fish from. But the question then is, do we encounter enough kingfish by sitting here and waiting out each cast and only reeling it in if it is one of those kingfish, for it to be a worthwhile investment. And I think if we're able to see another kingfish tonight, for example, then we'll have our answer. We'll see that they are in fact common enough that it may be worthwhile. If not, then it's still up in the air and it may take some further testing. But this has already been a very profitable trip out. Again, we are going to reel in any emperor fish we see. We've had some pretty crummy luck with those, actually. Not having seen a single one yet. The emperor fish are worth twice as much as a base fish. And so they're a nice little bonus to reel in, but they... you don't really count on them. The kingfish are supposedly much, much more rare than that. Although so far tonight they have been infinitely more common, as we have seen 1 kingfish and 0 emperor fish. This is likely our last cast for the night. Hopefully we'll get something here. Anything would do. One more try. Hey, it's a kingfish. What do you know? I think we've got our answer. Now the kingfish are, of course, some of the hardest ones to reel in the entire game, and this frog kingfish is particularly difficult because he's so small. This is ridiculous. And now that he's getting closer, like, look at the size of this thing. You can barely see anything. That's nuts, though. Two kingfish. We were there for like 3 hours. We got 2 kingfish. That is insane. Now all we need to do is wait for like a high market value day where we can sell it and actually make a lot of money off of it. But at this point we need a few of those in a row because we have so much to sell. Like, it's not that we don't have money, it's just that we need to... another emergency fireside. I love it. Meeting at his office. Martial arts tournament Friday and Saturday. That's exciting. Check that out. And our research results are done, so we can do some advanced cloth stuff. Yet more mail for us, though. Alright, for our investment at the Commerce Guild this weekend, we got some more power stones. That's nice. Ginger needs some topaz. I think we can help out with that. It's easy enough. And the commission for the blue leather has come back. Excellent. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get the crane finished off. So now that we have that, I think we can build our hoister. Which was... Alright, what does the hoister still need? 3 bearings, so we can go pick those up. And our pulleys are done as well. So we need our hoister. Alright, hoister. Where'd the hoister go? Ah, it's on our bar. Easy enough. Done. So we need some steel cable, which we can get. We need some... There we go, steel cable. Need our pulleys. Come on. Oh, we need 4 pulleys. We didn't make enough pulleys. Okay. So 2 hours, 30 minutes. Alright, so we'll have to come back for that. The other thing is the ironwood planks, which are also done. So we'll go ahead and get those out there right now. And we'll come back to finish that one out. So, done with the copper bars. We'll go ahead and make 25 more copper bars just to make sure we have plenty of that. Good on bronze. We'll go ahead and make more glass, same deal. At this point, we're just sort of future-proofing our workshop, making sure that we always have the materials we need for whatever commissions happen to be coming up. Now we did have the quest to get some topaz, so we'll mine out some of these larger stones on our way into town. That's where the topaz comes from. So there's a little bit. It's 2 of the 3 we needed. None from that one. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Getting lots of other things. Ah, there we go. There's the rest of the topaz we needed. Alright, so let's head into town and pick up our daily commission, talk to the mayor about the bridge. Let's see what the wish over at the restaurant is. So the wish is a special item that a person will want you to bring to them, and you have 1 day to do it. So you can't always finish them. Sometimes you can. So 6 tin alloy. I think we can come up with 6 tin alloy. Easy enough. We don't have the tin alloy on hand, but I think we have the materials for it, so it shouldn't be too hard to craft. Let's head on over. See who is asking for help. Ah, it's Django. Hello, Django. Seafood stew mix. Rice, bamboo, papaya, and golden salmon. Seafood stew mix. I don't actually know how to make seafood stew mix. But I think we can look it up. I'm pretty sure that information exists if we are desperate for it. Let's go ahead and get some tin alloy cooking in one of these furnaces. We can shut down our manganese steel bar production for now. We've got plenty of those to last us for whatever we need today. And we'll whip up some tin alloy. So 9 hours. We should be able to finish that in time to get it over to Petra tonight. If not, we can do it in the morning. We have 24 hours to do the Commerce Commission, so if we can't finish it today, we can always drop it off tomorrow, and that works fine. Got some cotton there. Let's see, what other seeds do we have so we can keep our fields going. Farming's not very profitable, but we also don't really want to sit there not wasting resources, wasting time on something we built and doesn't really cost us anything. Looks like we have a single pumpkin seed. And that might be all the seeds we have left. And pumpkin seeds do grow in the summer, so we can at least plant that. But we may have to head on over and pick up some more seeds soon as well. Alright. So we have topaz for ginger. The crane is done. Can drop that off on our way over to the research center to start some new research. Before we do that, we will head on up to the tree farm. Or actually, let's go on foot and let's swing by so we'll swing by the ranch, drop off the fruit tarts, head up to the tree farm, pick up the quest for the fish porridge, head down, turn in the crane, swing by the research center, start research, make the fish porridge, take it back up there, and at some point in there we'll stop by and talk to Ginger and give her the topaz. And she gave us some bamboo papaya seeds so we can plant those on our farm, or in our farm boxes. So another problem solved. Fish, eggs, and salt. Fortunately, we have the fish from the catfish we caught last night. We have eggs, and we have some spare salts. Plenty of salt here. Especially after some of the things that happen. Always have all the salt we need. Looks like Albert is over at the round table for lunch, so we'll stop in there and deliver his crane to him. And then we need to swing by the mayor's office for the meeting on the bridge.
We'll install this right away and get to work. Heck, you might even want to place one of these in the museum.
Alright. It was a big job. Got paid handsomely for it, 4,000 gold. That's lots of reputation for us there. Still a bad market price day, so we're not doing great there. Let's swing by. Looks like we did get a couple of skill points there, so we can actually level up a little more. Let's go ahead and increase our damage. So damage is mostly useful in the combat part of the game, but it also increases how much you do with your various tools, so how much you mine and how much you chop with your axe as well.
First, I need to emphasize just how important this is to Portia. Once we have connected Portia to Sandrock with this new road, we will become the de facto transportation hub between Vega 5, Sandrock, and Walnut Grove. That's an envious place to be in. This here is Mint. I've known him since he was a pup. He's one of the best engineers around and will be leading this project. Mint, if you please.
Hey everyone, let me give you an outline of our objectives for the Portia part of the project. Broadly speaking, there are 2 phases to this project. In phase 1, we'll start the road from Sandrock, as the terrain there is easier for construction. During that time, we need the builders here to complete the bridge across the Portia River, which will connect us to the desert. When that is complete, we will move on to phase 2, where we will construct a rest stop along the southern bank of the Portia River.
We're going to call this new town South Block. Not too original, I know, but it'll be a place where all the travelers can rest and enjoy the view of Portia.
We're working with Albert of A&G Construction to build the bridge and South Block. I'll be leaving for Sandrock in a couple of days. Then Albert will be in charge of the plans here.
Righto. I've pretty much worked with everyone in this room before, so I reckon this will be as smooth as a water troll's butt. As for the builders, I'll be posting the bridge commissions in the Commerce Guild from tomorrow.
Why don't you just give me all the commissions? I can do it all!
I keep on telling you, mate, there's more to life than just work. And that would be against guild rules anyway.
I am so looking forward to this. Good luck, everyone.
Alright, that's taken care of. Let's head on up and talk to Ginger on our way over to the research center. So Ginger lives at Gale's home. Ginger is Gale's daughter. Oh, we have a...
Hello. Thanks for coming. I wanted to come visit you, but my condition doesn't allow me outside much. I also didn't want to bother you at night.
It's not a problem. Here is the topaz you wanted.
Thank you.
What do you need these for?
Well, I have a lot of free time, so I do handicrafts. I can't go out and get my own materials, so I'm always depending on everyone to help. Oh, right. Thank you very much. But I insist. I just finished reading a book called My Way Home.
All right. So Ginger apparently has some condition that keeps her from going outside during the day. When you do see her outside during the day, she's using a parasol.
I hope Portia can be... See you.
But you can occasionally see her outside at night, like at the meetings without any of that stuff. Alright, so it looks like the tin alloys will not be done in time. Let's just head on over to the research center and make sure we get that research started today. And then the tin alloys we'll have to bring by tomorrow probably. We may get lucky and see Petra at the fireside tonight where we can turn it in. So that'll finish around 6 o'clock and the fireside is at 7.
Hi. Hi. Did you discover something new? That should be enough data disks. The data corruption on these disks are minimal.
Alright. Now, because we've been able to get a bit of a windfall lately as well, we're also going to swing by the Civil Corps while we're in town and get started on a couple more of their ruin diving commissions for us. They'll go out and fight some of the monsters. Alright. Mysterious Man's Store. Don't know when he'll be back. They'll go out and fight some of the monsters, bring the loot back for us. Which means that some of those harder to get items we can just sort of have them farm out for us for a little bit of money, but it's actually, you know, better for us time-wise. So we can have them bring back sort of some copper bars, some engines, some copper pipes, lots of copper. Still a fair bit of copper here. Some iron bars and copper pipes, or silicon chips. Let's have them do one of these on an 8-day commission. We'll have them do one of these on an 8-day commission as well. Then we'll go into item collection and see what items we need. So we think we're good on most of these. We'll be getting we just got some blue leather. We'll be getting some venom back. Not short on lobster meat or spines or teeth or mucus really. We're not really short on any of these, so I think we're okay. We'll go ahead and get them to do 200 of the fur. Just so that we definitely know we have enough of that. Now, we spent a lot of money on that, 5,000 goals, but because of the luck we've had fishing the last couple days, we are not remotely close to short on money at this point. And especially, we once again find ourselves at a similar juncture where we don't actually have anything to do today. So I guess right now we can whip up that fish stew, which was milk, salt, and fish. But aside from that, I believe we're caught up on quests. Alright, we got the fish porridge for Dawa there. We can go ahead and plant some of these bamboo papaya. Looks like, oh, our wheat is finishing up. Plant some more bamboo papaya. Right. How are we looking here? Fuel depleted. Alright, we need to make sure we're keeping our furnaces in fuel. It's a little bit of a mistake we've made there. We're also low on wood, but we should have been getting lots of hardwood. Should be able to make some more wood. And we can. Alright. But that may also be a good thing to spend the evening on here, rather than going fishing, is actually going out and gathering some more wood. We can chop trees very, very quickly with our upgraded tools that we have, and They generate lots of wood and lots of hardwood, which is good for keeping those furnaces going. Also lots of experience, and experience pays dividends later by keeping us efficient as we work.
So that's Ash.
I still think he's an alien. I don't like this one bit.
I don't know. What if he goes crazy?
He looks so cool.
I'm not sure what to feel about him.
I'm going to trust Gale on this.
Welcome, everyone. So glad there are more folks joining us today than usual. Since you're all here for a singular reason, without further ado, let me introduce our newest citizen, Mr. Ack. Care for a self-introduction, Mr. Ack?
Hello, I'd like to come. Thank you.
Okay. Like I stated in the letter, I hope everyone can welcome Mr. Ack with open arms. Some of you might be apprehensive about having a living relic roaming in our city. I just hope you all give him a chance. Mr. Ack has stated that he wants to work here as a chef. Now, Mr. Lee has something more to add.
The mayor and I had a long talk over the fate of this AI relic, and I shared with him all of our concerns in allowing such a dangerous relic to live in our city. But the mayor was adamant that Portia and the Alliance of Free Cities were all founded by outcasts, castaways, and refugees. We cannot, in our good conscience, turn away Mr. Ack. However, we did come to an agreement that Mr. Ack will live in the civil court in the foreseeable future, for his own protection and ours. In time, I am hopeful that Mr. Ack will be fully incorporated into our society.
Thank you, Minister. Now, if anyone has any issues with my decision, they can come and see me to talk about it. As part of my plan to increase Portia's profile within the Free Cities, I've been considering the construction of a museum for our city. Thanks to a generous donation from one of our citizens, who wishes to remain anonymous, we now have the funding to make this happen.
I wonder who paid for this.
I hope you know what you're doing, Gale. I can envision many corrupted relics on display.
More work for me.
Starting next week, A&G Construction will begin preparations for the Portia Museum. I think it'll become a wonderful attraction for our...
All right.
Hey, have you ever heard of the story about the dance? Goodbye.
Hi. There used to be so many AI.
What would a robot like? Let's try giving him a topaz. All right. So let's go chop a couple more trees down. Actually, you know what? We can go for the best of both worlds. This fishing spot down by Amber Island, where we had good luck catching those fish, also happens to be home to a number of large trees we can chop down. And so we can find a nice balanced way to spend the remaining hours in the day, both gathering materials, resin, rubber, fruit, hardwood, ironwood, tree sap, as well as, bees apparently too. Apparently the bees did not like us chopping down their tree. You can't really fault them for that, I suppose. But, you know. Coming over here. Looks like we can gather up some coriander. This is a big tree. Alright. Mine out a couple of these large stones as well. Maybe we'll get lucky with some more rare Rare materials. More topaz, some bloodstone, lots of marble. Alright. Now we can fish a bit. Got 3 hours left in the day. Maybe we will get lucky. So again, we're looking for emperor fish and kingfish only. The standard fish are just simply not valuable enough, and even the emperor fish aren't valuable enough, but we do need them for another task a little later, so we'll go ahead and pick them up if we see any. We're just not having any luck with them. The kingfish, of course, are tremendously valuable, so we won't pass up an opportunity to get one of them. But it is a stubborn night for fishing, so we may not get an opportunity. There, an emperor fish. Emperor catfish. So now we need an emperor frogfish, or of course a kingfish of any kind. Doesn't look like it's in the cards for today. Oh, one last cast. It's 2:59. The night ends at 3. So, got a little lucky there. Aha, an emperor frogfish. Oh no, we dropped our emperor frogfish on the ground. Well, that's alright. I think we are going to go ahead and call it a day there. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hopefully you guys have had a good time, and we will catch you guys next time. I think we're going to plan on doing some more of this. Maybe we might try and do something tomorrow. Otherwise, we may get to it on Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out, and y'all have a good afternoon.